Welcome to the latest episode of Over a Pint. I mean, we're not really over a pint, but that's okay. It's in principle. I fucked that up.
In spirit.
That's the word I was looking for. I'm probably just going to leave this in, to be honest, and not even edit that out. We're a very fancy group here. So, you're James in the City.
Yes, sir.
So for people who might not know who you are, who's James in the City?
That would be me.
Simple, to the point.
No, so I am a sales representative with Johnson & Daniel in the heart of Toronto, and I built James in the City as a lifestyle and real estate brand, and as of Tuesday, I am your newly elected OREA Central Area Director.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So we are drinking whiskey mainly because that's all I had in my room at the conference.
And they're branded glasses, they're so cute.
Yeah, I love these ones.
Yeah.
And then I like when people point out the pit stains. It's shadowing.
Didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I did notice episode 8 when the guest pointed it out.
Okay.
I was like, thanks, now I cannot unsee that.
Unsee that, yeah.
Forever unclean.
Yeah.
So this is Basil Hayden's, which actually introduced me by Jason Stephen. It's quite delicious, so cheers and welcome
Cheers
to the
to
show.
that. Yeah.
Good conference. I like this one.
That's delicious.
Yeah, it's solid. It's
Yeah.
only like $50.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
for something not delicious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a $50 one, that's better than some of the $100 ones.
I was going to say, I paid like $50 an ounce for something this delicious.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of that. There's another good one that's you don't expect called Cody Road.
Okay.
I think it's about $90 a bottle.
Okay.
But you look at the bottle and it looks kind of trashy.
Right.
Like they've done a really bad job on the branding.
But maybe that's why they did it.
So, but you'd never think to buy it at $90 a bottle because you're like, it doesn't fit that price point.
Right.
So then every now and then, like you can tell the LCBO like has to discount it to sell it off, so they'll
True.
drop it to like 40 or 50.
Yeah.
But it's quality.
Yeah.
So every time they drop the price, I go buy a bunch of stock up on Cody Road. So in the real estate, how long have you been in the industry?
I just started my 7th year.
Nice. So what caused you to what were you doing before?
I was working in retail and fashion.
So what led from that to real estate?
I made no money. I mean, no, I was making good money, but
Yeah.
at 18, 19, 20 years old, capping out at a small 6-ish figure salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to some that's a great salary, but there's so much more potential. And I've always wanted to do it,
Yeah.
and it just came at a really good time, like coming off my parents' divorce, and I wanted to make something for myself outside of family money,
Yeah.
and just decided to jump in head first, balls to the wall.
So when you looked at, okay, I've got my real estate license, what was your approach at the beginning to be like, this is where I'm going to do to get business?
So I'm a typical millennial. I hate cold calling and I hate door knocking, which is funny because I cold called for the first 18 months of my business every single day.
too.
Yep.
Terrible.
9 to 12, took a break from 12 to 1 for lunch, and from 1 to 4 back on the phones. I did it every day for 18 months.
Were you successful at it?
No.
Me too.
No. I got told to fuck off
Yeah.
at least twice a week. And I was like, great, fuck you too. But what I really did well was networking with other agents in my office. So seasoned agents who had business that they couldn't handle or couldn't handle everything of.
Yeah.
So I would do their open houses.
Yeah.
And so I would make a joke that I've done like 7 open houses in 6 years. I used to do 8 open houses for agents in my office when I first started.
Yeah.
But after that first year, I didn't do it anymore. Because I started to get busier. But that's how I started to meet agents in my office
Yeah.
who gave me the opportunity to open house for them, which then led me to grow my brand. And then when they knew how I dealt with my business, I started getting all the Toronto clients. So I started to build James in the City, moving everything south of the 401, and they were sending me their clients because they wouldn't go south of Highway 7.
So you were at the brokerage up there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I started in Richmond Hill. I was born and raised in Richmond Hill.
Okay.
My old brokerage had, I think, 10 or 11 offices at the time. I started in the Richmond Hill office, but they had a downtown branch.
Yeah.
So when I transitioned to the downtown branch after like 18 months, they started sending me their clients downtown.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't travel that far south.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what was your, did you find a niche? Because I know now you generally work luxury market. Or is that more branding?
And it's more branding. Like my branding is very luxury based.
Yeah.
I don't say that I'm a luxury realtor at all.
Yeah.
I do happen to trade in some price points, but I tend to be. I'm a downtown guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the uptown guy, I'm the downtown guy. Like, south of Holt Renfrew.
Yeah.
And I would say south of Holt Renfrew because I used to say south of Bloor, but technically Holt Renfrew's on Bloor, not on the north side of Bloor. So
And the people you're going after would get the reference?
Yes.
I'm like, Paul Renfrew, that does not help me.
I made a joke once. I said I work in Soho, and only one person figured out, oh, south of Holt Renfrew, I got it.
But that's your people.
That's my people.
Yeah, that works. So how long until you started that branding? Like when you went from like open houses, cold calling to the switch where like more how you are now?
So actually 6 months in to my business,
Yeah.
I started building James in the City because I had a hard time with people in Richmond Hill dealing with me being gay.
Mm-hmm.
So my coach was like, you know what, go down to the city, there's lots of, you know, your people down there. I'm like, hey, bitch, like, not the right word, but
It's better than you people.
yeah, right, yeah.
Levels.
So I started doing videos, and like cheap and stupid videos, like,
Yeah.
hey guys, James here, I'm in the city again,
Yeah.
right? Or hey guys, James here in the city, and you know today we're at so and so, and I did like a lifestyle feature at restaurants and coffee shops, and eventually I was onto something, and one day it slipped out. I'm like, hey, James in the City here, and I'm like, shit, like there's a brand right there. So when I built the logo, I designed it to look like Sex in the City.
Okay.
So it's got like the glitter and the sparkles, and it's chic, and it all just kind of flows in together. So when someone thinks of James in the City, they think Toronto, they think chic, they think expensive.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of expensive shoes. As I've been hobbling around all week. I've
Yeah, I mean, they're fancier than anything I own.
like my little red bottoms here.
Yeah.
But I've been hobbling around all week with really.
As I'm in my striped socks from a Sock of the Month club for $13.
They have that.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, it's socking behavior.
Sucking behavior.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for that.
It was good. I turned it off for a bit because I ended up with too many socks after a while. So I paused for a bit until I need more.
What, can you have too many socks?
Maybe you can. I'm limited by drawer space, and then I just.
So I have this really weird thing where I give up things every 6 months. So I do like a sock and underwear clean out every 6 months.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I do the opposite. I still have a t-shirt from high school.
I'm used.
Yeah.
I always get the one line from that one realtor every convention.
Yeah.
I have underwear that's older than you, and I'm like, okay, 30 years is time to get rid of that.
Yeah. Underwear definitely should not be kept that long.
I was gonna say like 30 years ago, you're probably what, like 4?
I wasn't, or I was 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, you would
87.
not be fitting into your underwear then. So.
No, but I got like my my main workout outfit still from like what I wore in like grade 11. I do have some Lululemons coming in though now.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Lulus.
Okay.
They're quite nice.
So you're stuffing it up.
Yeah, and I got the nice ABC pants, which are also quite fantastic.
You know what ABC stands for, right?
Anti-ball crushing.
Amen.
Yeah. Oh man, I call them my plane pants every time I travel.
Right?
They're the best.
They're the best pants to travel
Yeah.
with because they have stretch and they do not BC.
And they also look like they're semi-respectable. Like it doesn't just feel like you're wearing lounge pants.
Well, because they have the belt loops. I've worn them with a dress shirt and a blazer.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually tried. One time I couldn't. My dress pants were dirty, so I actually wore those with a suit. It's perfect.
Yeah,
good.
Why not?
I'm a very fashion-forward person, if you couldn't tell. Like that's who I am. It's what I'm known for.
Yep.
My fashion.
Yeah, they-
Got branded shirts, so I didn't have to dress up.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about doing that, but
Yeah.
I don't look good in t-shirts.
But I feel like part of your brand is the fashion side of it, though.
It is.
Like
It is.
Like it'd almost be weird if you went to like that branded.
Well,
Like you more like maybe like lapel pins branded would be more the.
like a little James City lapel pin.
Yeah, something
Ooh.
like that, or cufflinks.
So if I
or-
if I create that, do I owe you 10% of every one that I sell?
I'll take it. That probably I think would be like those little accessories.
Where people can like zone in on. Actually,
Yeah.
Teresa Whitmore from Remax had a glittered Remax badge. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like if I worked at Remax, I would wear that.
Well, and get a glitter James in the City one. So I know there's a guy known as name's Nick Kuzmich who runs like he has a bit of a brand around him too, and he got the lapel pins. But what was funny is the minimum order was 2,000 from where I
shit.
got it. So he has one on every suit he owns.
Yeah, so
and
6.
then basically, and then he's like, and I have over 1,900 just in boxes in my closet.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So one of the guys that used to do my real estate photography, they still do. I should say used to. I just have had so many buyers lately. My listings have not wanted to sell, or sellers have not wanted to sell. they did my pop sockets. So I had branded James City pop sockets, and they just kept coming, boxes and boxes and boxes. I'm like, but people wanted them. Like I had this mass mail, and people were just like, "Can I get one?" And ads was just flowing in on Instagram, and
that was what I didn't expect with like these, for example, is how many people wanted the cups.
yeah.
Like, so like right now, all we do is if you're on the show, you get a cup. So like you can keep the cup.
Oh, amazing.
But outside of that, we're up. But like people are like, when are you gonna sell those? And I'm like, I feel like now it's completely accidental, but I
Yeah.
want to keep it as only if you're on the show.
I think it needs to be that way because
Yeah.
then it's almost like exclusive.
Yeah, but I have
Right.
coasters that are branded, so those I'm just.
We don't have them yet
sell
today.
No,
No.
actually they are in my. There's some in my bag, but we don't have a table.
We don't
to
have a
put
table.
on, yeah. So back to real estate. So you like because I missed your presentation today, but
Okay.
I heard it was really well done.
Yep.
So you were talking kind of the how to work in the luxury side of things.
No, that was Richard Silver. So mine was luxury real estate being an experience.
Right.
So where I drove it home was all about price point, right? So if I asked you, is a $3 million home luxurious? I mean, depending on the
Depends where it
market,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about a $7 million home?
Should be.
Right.
Yeah.
$20 million? Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about a $350,000 studio on the Lower East Side of Toronto? Probably not, right?
Unlikely.
On the corner of Richmond and Sherbourne.
Yeah, no.
No. But the experience that I gave my clients was luxurious.
Yeah.
We had the unit painted. We replaced the floors. We changed the cabinet hardware. We had it fully staged, like fully staged.
Yeah.
Professional photography, professional videography, lifestyle video, virtual tour, the whole 9 yards. Didn't cost my clients a single cent.
Yeah.
And they've referred so much business to me because they were just treated like kings.
Yeah.
And I've heard people before say, "Oh, I won't do that on a listing less than X dollar value because I don't make any money."
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
about the
agree
money.
with that. Yeah.
Like, I would rather make nothing and have a really happy client
Yeah.
than make $100,000 and have a shitty client trashing my name.
Yeah, and then you never know where referrals come from. Because, like,
Yeah.
I remember when I was selling, it took me 6 months to do my first sale, but in that time I did a ton of leases. And I was showing someone a, like, $900 a month basement apartment.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't want, like, I found them off Kijiji, like, they were looking for a rental. I'm like, I'll just help anyone I can at this point.
Yeah.
That led to 1.2 million in sales because her boyfriend showed up just to like check that it wasn't some sketchy place for her to live.
Right.
And then when we were talking, he liked how I was helping her, and he's like, "No, I actually have to sell a place and then buy."
Right.
So that just from helping like that low end and giving that same service,
Yeah.
led to a kind of 1.2 million at the time, which was huge.
So this summer I did probably about $1.2 million out of 3 clients through social media.
Yeah.
This condo that I was referring to, that little studio, this guy started following me on Instagram, asked me to stage my listings,
Yeah.
went to the listing appointment. I got his unit. From that, I parlayed it into his sister-in-law's unit, and from that came his boyfriend's unit, and they all got such great service across the board that now they've referred me both their sets of parents.
Yeah.
So from one Instagram post that was organic, not paid,
Yeah.
and a lot of great service, has brought already like 1.2-ish million and another 3 million on the side.
So when you're looking at like Instagram,
Yeah.
is that your only marketing you do? Are you doing like to bring in business? Not talking about like what you do for your clients' listings, but like for your business, is it all Instagram or is that just a piece?
It's 90% of it. So I am not of the mindset or you know the person to post on Instagram and then do a separate post for Facebook. I have just automatically shared my business page.
Yeah.
And then I will do a similar post on LinkedIn with the same image.
Yeah.
But if you follow my Instagram, it's 90% of the time it's a photo of me.
Yeah.
And then the caption is real estate. Because if you look at it, people are not looking at what you're saying.
Yeah.
They look at what the image is. So if I can grab them with a really good image, and then they'll scroll down and read it, is more effective for me than posting a photo of a house with a just listed banner.
Yeah, I hate those.
Right? It's an instant unfollow for me. It's like a boner killer.
Yeah.
Right? Like instant unfollow. So I just focus more on imaging of myself with a good message. But yeah, mostly on Instagram.
Now, when you're getting these images, do you do like go out for photo shoots, or is this all just you and your phone?
It's a mix.
Yeah.
So depending on the month and the time of the year and the time commitment, I do have a photographer that follows me around.
Yeah.
And we will shoot Monday and Friday usually for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And I try to have like a stockpile of 50 to 60 images to post. oftentimes it could just be my partner at home saying, "Hey, like, grab you this photo while we're waiting for our Uber or whatever."
Insta husband.
Yes, the husband, as I had my request out this week for an Insta husband. Or I'll get the girls in my office to do it.
Yeah.
But truth be told, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I do have a tripod and a clicker. And I will do that sometimes.
Yeah, I just use the arm. I haven't gone quite to that, or I make Jen do it.
Yeah. See, I don't have a Jen.
Yet, you don't have a Jen yet.
You want one?
Are you free?
She's not free.
She said yes.
Yeah.
Later.
She lives in Ottawa, so you'd have to kind of figure out that.
I don't know.
You come visit.
I don't know where Ottawa is.
You don't need
It's
to.
about 4.5 hours away, but I got people in Toronto. It's fine.
All right, girl, I got you.
Yeah, that's Jen, our social media girl, who is off camera and is doing behind the scenes. So check out our social. By this point, those stories will be well off social.
No, you gotta highlight them.
Yeah.
With the James the City highlight badge.
There you go.
You're welcome.
You can give him commission on that.
I don't even get commission.
I'll just get my first JSH seller ad paid for.
Yeah. Make it work. Yeah. It's good. Jen, having a Jen at conferences, game changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm a solo agent, I don't have an admin,
Yeah.
right?
So you can get people like just for conferences.
Yeah.
So like I know Kieran had her booth. One of the people there with her was basically just like hired for the conference almost.
And I thought about that, but I feel really bad at conferences because I know so many people,
Yeah.
and which is why, like, so Tuesday night we had our directors' dinner for the new board, and then there was the president's party afterwards, and they announced the directors with their spouses.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I'm so social. I know so many people that Scott gets left behind,
Yeah.
and I'm constantly worried about, like, is he with someone? Like, is he entertained? Does he need anything?
Yeah.
So I feel if I had hired admin for the day or for the conference, I'd be doing the same thing. Like, I'd be worried about them.
So I don't really worry about Jen from that sense, but it's not. So one, she doesn't come to the night stuff,
Right.
but then during the day she's just always busy.
Right, but you guys also have a
Right.
booth, right?
But even if she comes to conferences, we don't have booths too.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
then like the goal being, because like I can't be at every session, but it's like one of the best networking tools is promoting the other speakers.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's like today, for example, there's 3 sessions at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously can't be at all. So can send her to some, I can go to some,
Right.
and we can mix up the social that way.
Yeah.
And that still hits everything we need without having to be me. So I can always know like, okay, if I have to go, like for instance, yesterday I had to take an hour meeting up in like one of the meeting rooms there.
Right.
But there's also sessions going on. So I know I can just send her to do those sessions, and then I can go take my meeting without having to worry about it.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you're just like, okay, I need stuff from this session.
Right.
So
See, that's easy because I usually go to conferences with a group of people.
Yeah.
Right. So yesterday, because I'm on the YPN committee,
Yeah.
I had to work the YPN lounge in the morning during Seth Godin, and I was
Yeah.
so pissed that I missed it. But I was with friends who were in that session who got me their notes.
Yeah.
Right, and then vice versa. Like they left after my session or after Cheryl's session to go to another one, so I gave them Danny's notes.
Yeah.
So it all kind of balances out. That's fine. Like getting the notes and stuff. For me, it's more like handling my emails that come in because there's so many that come in during
Yeah.
the day.
Do you have someone that does that for you?
No.
So there's a company I know. She runs she's actually in the Niagara region, actually.
Okay.
And she will basically take over your inbox for you. And it's just, I can't remember what our fees are roughly. I think it changes depending on like what you need. But basically
Right.
for like a couple weeks, well, I think believe what she is, she'll actually like, you give her the login to your email. But she'll like go back and read your emails for the last like 6 months to 12 months to learn how you respond to people.
Right.
And then train their team on how to respond.
That's so cool.
And then they'll basically, you end up every day with inbox 0. So I'm debating going to that route.
Yeah.
Right now, just someone on my team, I just forward that they get all my emails just to make sure.
Right.
Like when I'm here, it's tough to keep it. Like I got like 150 on right I got to deal
Yeah.
with right now. But I know if anything urgent came in, she will catch it.
Right.
But I am debating going to like that company and being like, okay, just take my inbox from me, and I'll check once a week.
Yeah.
Because that would be like my dream.
Yeah.
Actually, my dream would be to never touch email again.
Honestly,
But-
like I'd rather you send me a DM than an email.
Yeah.
Like it's so much easier.
Yeah, and then like it's so much better to deal with, and yeah, like so internally we've moved off emails completely. Like we don't internally email each other ever.
Right.
So we just use Slack.
Yeah.
Which and it integrates with stuff. Like that's what like email's just so like old school. Yeah, it's like kind of a step above a fax at this point.
Yeah, honestly, it is.
So I would rather use something like, so like for instance, Slack. We use Asana to do task management.
Mm-hmm.
So if I say to Jen, hey, can you do this? We could just right click on the message and actually set it as an official task in Asana. And then that can trigger other things to happen, like calendars being booked or different things like that. So it can get pretty advanced, and you can't really do that with email.
Right.
So way better system.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work with clients. We tried that. But yeah, if I could get rid of emails completely, I'd be thrilled.
It's awesome.